Ladies and gentlemen, we did it! We reached 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Anytime we reach a milestone like this, we do a show called Ask Behrudy where I have all of your ridiculous questions here. So let's get started. The first question comes from Twitter, and it comes from Snow, who asks, how much German porn do you own? P.S. Put it in my schnitzel. Is this how we're starting? The second question is also from Twitter. We have a question from Moni88 who asks, who would you rather fight IRL, Dudley or Balrog? I would definitely fight Dudley. Balrog would step on my Tims. He would like bite my ear off or some shit. You know, Dudley, at the very least, after he knocks me out, he will leave me there. Where Balrog, I don't know, I would never trust that fool. The next question comes from Daniel on Facebook. Man, this tablet is really useful. This is actually coming from the YouTube community tab, from Twitter, and from Facebook. So thank you guys for your questions. I didn't mention that earlier. But he asks, what are your favorite movies to sit down to and relax to? See, now, when it comes to, you know, relaxing and watching movies, just kind of to chill a little bit where you don't have to like pay so much attention, but to really enjoy it, you got to go with movies like Rush Hour. You know, you can't go wrong with the Disney movies. Hey, I even love the Mortal Kombat live action movie. I'll put that movie on the side sometimes just because I love it so much. Like, it's so quotable, it's so memorable to me. It's a huge part of my childhood. So it comes to movies like that. Ghost Zerks asks on the YouTube community, what is the origin of your name Behrudy? What a great question. You know, I actually don't like the name Behrudy. I feel like a chode whenever I say it. But it's a long history. I got the nickname when I was like 7 or 8 years old. I was really young is all I could remember. And I was in my elementary school basketball court because I used to play basketball a ton growing up. And I just remember we were just talking shit to each other and whatnot, and someone was calling me Behrudy Poo. Because at the time, The Rock was one of the biggest wrestlers, the WWF it was at that time. And he used to call people Rudy Poo Candy Ass.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo Candy Ass famous by beating you in the middle of The Rock's ring in front of the millions and the millions of The Rock's fans.
So it kind of just stuck with me, you know, it was always Behrudy Poo, and then over time just shortened it and just kept it as Behrudy. You know, the spelling went through some really weird changes because people online were starting to call me Behrudy and they weren't able to like read it properly, so I kind of simplified the spelling so it's easier for everyone to get right. And yeah, that's the origin of it. You guys can all thank Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for my nickname. Johnny Millennium asks on the Twitterverse, the happy console gamer, anal or anus? Hashtag rectum. Bullshock on Twitter asks, in one of your previous Q&As, you did say that you and your friend made a promise to do an Eiffel Tower, and I'm wondering if that has been accomplished. You guys are gonna kill me! You guys are gonna kill me, alright? My girlfriend would not like that at all, but no, it has not been accomplished. It is still on the bucket list. God, these are terrible. Josh on Facebook asks, what's the one thing you wish to forget just to experience it all over again? Now, this is interesting because, you know, there's two ways to go about this. I know some people, I don't know if I can go back in time, or two, if it's just kind of a thing that I could keep doing over and over again. If I were able to go back in time, I'd probably go back and try and relive Canada Cup 2014 again, where I got to commentate with Mike and we got to commentate Behrudy versus Punko. One of the most memorable experiences I've ever had at a tournament, and it was right before kind of the whole esports takeover of the FGC, which isn't a bad thing, but I really loved the way it was back then. And that tournament just expressed how little money you needed to make an amazing tournament. We only flew out like 1 or 2 people that tournament. Actually, I don't even think Flapsy flew out anyone. I think it was Twitch that flew out like 2 people for that tournament. And that's all we had. We only had like Smug, Punko, Behrudy, and maybe like a few other well-known Canadian players. And that was one of the most exciting and amazing tournaments ever. Now, if I was not able to go back in time, because I kind of broke the rules there with the time travel and a lot of shit, leave me alone, alright? I would probably forget the Metal Gear Solid franchise just so I can go playing from Metal Gear Solid 1 all the way to 5 and just relive that amazing experience. It's just, I mean, I still get the chills of when I go through them today, but just to kind of go and experience it with a fresh mind again would be so damn amazing. That's one of the things. I know that sounds a little sad, but that's a video game choice is kind of weird to a lot of people, but that really is my answer. My boy Gary asks me, why is Lance the best character in the Fast and Furious franchise? Bring Lance back, all right? Lance is the best because he had the flyest jeans, all right? And he appreciated the fact that the Mitsubishi Eclipse was an incredible machine.
What do you think, Lance?
It's an amazing machine.
Ramville's 316 on the YouTubes asks, do you play any other games besides fighters? Of course I do, man. I am a huge gamer. I just like to keep my channel kind of focused on one topic because there's plenty of channels out there that just do Let's Plays of all the newest and latest games. I kind of wanted to have a focus. I have a love for fighting games, but absolutely, man, I want to go play Monster Hunter World right now. You know, I was mentioning Metal Gear, how big of a fan I am of that franchise. I play all genres and I hate to limit myself to one genre. If I was playing nothing but fighting games, I think I'd go crazy. You just need a mix. You need a mix of it, and fighting games definitely kind of, I don't know, it scratches that itch for me. It has that, you know, there's that void in me that always wants to play a fighter on the side a little bit, and Dragon Ball FighterZ I think is going to be that for a long time. That being said, yes I do. You know, I grew up playing on the NES, Super Nintendo. When I came to Canada, I was going hard on the Japanese Sega Saturn. So the Sega Saturn is like one of my all-time favorite consoles, and I just grew up playing RPGs and fighters on that thing. Well, alright guys, I will wrap it up there. Thank you all for the amazing questions. There were so many more, and some of you guys' questions were so good that I actually didn't even put them into this video. I feel like I can make an entire other video on them, so if your question didn't show up, it might actually show up in a future video. Thank you guys for 30,000 subscribers. It means the world, especially for someone and someone as stupid as me who's, you know, disappeared off the face of YouTube for like 3 or 4 years and only uploaded like 2 or 3 videos a year for a while. To just come back and give it another chance and to have your guys' support, it means a lot. We're gonna see where this year leads us to. We're having fun with Dragon Ball. Obviously, we'll see what happens with Monday Night Fights and any new series. But I want to thank you all for sticking with me. You know, this channel is not just the Dragon Ball channel. I want this to be the channel where you guys hang out with me and just, you know, do stupid shit like we always do. I'll end it out there. You're all the best. I have more videos planned this week. If you guys can give this video a like, it helps the channel out a lot. I'll see you all in the next one.